So let's talk about that dirty roof real quick. Cut it off, rip it out, move on.
Yeah, and you know Chris likes all about that ventilation stuff. We have a Rottweiler and she goes everywhere with us. So far it's looking pretty naked on the roof. They got us out in 2 days. Hello everyone, guess what? We're really excited today. It's something different, it's something new. It's FlexArmor.
And we've been waiting months to do this. RVroof.com, they make the awesome product called FlexArmor. And what we're gonna do is we are going to bulletproof our roof. You're gonna have to stick around. This is gonna be awesome. This is what the end product of the FlexArmor roof looks like. It is gorgeous. Now, based on the fact that this camper's got some pretty rough edges when it comes to the awning, you can see that this thing's had a lot of mold and mildew, so it's probably an older camper. But if you look at the roof itself, the roof is in fantastic shape now. And look at the thickness. That's the part that really, it reminds me of like a spray-on bed lining for a truck, but of course it's made for the roof of the RV. I was just talking to the tech that was working on this one, and he was telling us in this particular case, they hit something, bent the aluminum truss, ripped open the roof, and then of course it started to rot because you got water intrusion. So they were able to open this up, bend the truss back, replace the wood, and then coat it with their product. You can tell it looks amazing. And then I want to give you a comparison since they've got a system set up right here. This works out real good. This looked like it's been coated a while ago. It has the exact same roof material, so it's got the FlexArmor roof on it, but it's a little bit aged. It looks like it's been weathered, so this will give you an idea of what it'll look like in the long run. Looks like they've opened this up. They're going to be doing some work on the Air 360, so they probably did some changes on the wind guard, which is good to know. That's something I want to point out, is that you can have this done, and then in the later date, they can touch it up. If you had solar panels, you change out ACs, things of that nature, you can bring it back and they can fix whatever or add it so that you continue your lifetime roof.
And this is where the magic's gonna happen. This is the bay where our Alliance Delta travel trailer is gonna be. They're gonna set up time-lapse cameras for us, which is awesome. And this is where they're gonna put the FlexArmor roof on our travel trailer.
Okay, that's cheating. He makes that look too easy. We started with a 45-foot toy hauler. That thing was hard to get in everywhere. This thing's a joke. I laugh. I'm like, this is wonderful after having that big old beast.
We're gonna go check it out. This is the setup they have for our travel trailer. Really excited. I love how safe they made it up here.
When one office worker, who shall remain nameless, kicked the ladder out from under me and yelled, "Hey Daryl, how's it hanging?"
This is the way to access the roof.
This is really cool. So let's talk about that dirty roof real quick.
Yeah, that's really dirty. We bought our travel trailer mid-May of this year, 24. And look, it's already got mold and dirt and just gross.
So one of the things that excites me about this is the cover.
Yeah, if you see the little silver thing, we actually put reflectives in there. So Chris took the insert out inside. We put 2 rows of reflectives just to keep the sun out. It's so hot.
And so the FlexArmor, they're going to actually be able to spray over the top of the Skylight, which will still give us the headroom we need in the shower, but it's no longer going to have an issue with us getting daylight in, and we don't ever have to worry about this degrading and cracking.
One of the cool things is that once we set the appointment, they said, hey, do everything you want to your roof prior to the appointment, because it's more cost effective to get the roof done all at once than having to come back and say we add more solar panels or something like that. So we made sure that we got our solar done. We had the ceramic coated, we have our max air vent cover, and we have this antenna.
So this is a PepWave antenna that we just put on, and there'll be a video on that you'll see in the future, but we made sure we poked all the holes before we started.
Now, we did change the back AC. They said the AC is something you can change out later, but we just went ahead and changed it out to something bigger that has heat strips.
Woo, another video.
Oh.
Woo-hoo! You know, if there wasn't a complication, it wouldn't be ours, right? We know Murphy. So it's not a complication. It's just something they've never dealt with. So Alliance does these welded ladders, which are freaking awesome. You know, we rave about them. They put this handle on here to help you get up. We'll call that the OPO handle. RVroof.com has not dealt with one of these yet. So this is going to be a first for them. They're going to have to figure out how to work around this. So I wanted to point it out so at the end of the video, when we show how it all looks, you'll see what they did with this. But just know that even if you throw a curveball at them, they can work through it.
I call it the Lord help me up. This is the last time we're going to see the roof like this, it being all nasty.
So one thing they did tell us in advance is because we have so many solar panels and holes we poked, it's going to take us a week to get this done.
But I'm really excited about it, and we'll be back in a week.
There's the little things that I'm looking forward to seeing. You can tell the way we put the solar on, we used a Turnabond tape and we put Dicor around the edges just to hold these down. So I'm curious to see what they do, and we'll have to make sure we report back to all of our friends that have solar and like boondocking like we do.
All right, Mr. Peters, let's get our butt down so they can get started.
Are you saying that we're slowing things down as usual?
Maybe just a little.
Yep.
So how long have you been doing this, the FlexArmor?
20 years, started in 05, so
Yeah.
fixing to be full 20 years.
Awesome. So like for our travel trailer, like how long does the process take for it to cure once it's sprayed?
Well, you can walk on it within minutes.
Really?
So it's getting tough real fast, but it'll continue to harden for days.
Yeah.
But it can go back in service the same day.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So far, I'm really happy. Everything that they've opened up has been dry. That's always a good sign with the trailer. You definitely don't want to find a bunch of mold, mildew, or rotted wood. I'm very happy the way this has turned out. Although I wasn't surprised this is a new trailer, it's still nice to see it.
Do you guys put that one back on?
Yes.
Okay.
So we'll have an option for you. You can either put that one on, or we can get the newer version and put it on. But either way, you'll get it back.
Okay. Because that one's new, but is the version you have, what's different with it?
It's got a different geometry on the back. It's like a three-sided vent instead of the long slant. They're both designed for that one.
That's smart. Make it simple for you.
We weren't our mistakes.
So when you guys do it, each one has its own color?
Yeah, you want to do a color for each of them?
If you ever wonder what it looks like after a Turnabond and Dicor pulled off, there you go.
Yeah, you'll just,
Very nice and ugly. But on the other hand, still really sticky.
Please be careful walking around here, Mr. Peters.
Why? Life insurance is paid up, lady.
Hey, I'd rather have you.
Aw, she loves me.
I do. Plus, after over 25 years, you know how I like my coffee.
Right. That's what it's all about, is the coffee. How much weight's added to the roof when we're sprayed on?
It is 8 ounces for every square foot. So about half a pound per square foot.
Half a pound per square foot. So we'll say 34 feet. So we'll say 17 pounds then, in roughly.
That'd probably be your like
Yeah.
upper limit.
Now, how does it do, like in the weather, like extreme heats?
Extreme heat and extreme cold. This formula was made for that.
Oh, perfect.
That's why the chemical costs so much to make, because it was designed for that.
Yeah.
So many of these things go to Alaska.
I was going to say, I'm from Alaska. I'm Alaska Native Indian, so we do have plans to go back up to Alaska, traveling, visiting family and friends. But we also like the hotter climates. We like to chase that 70 plus.
Yeah.
How does it do with the humidity? So we have a house in Florida right now.
Yeah, humidity doesn't affect it whatsoever.
Oh, nice. One thing I noticed with our roof on this one and our previous fifth wheel is that so this was built mid-April of this year, 24. And it's already like dirty and moldy and stuff. So.
As far as keeping it clean,
Yeah.
if it's not under trees, it will stay clean, for the most part. Anything under a tree is going to get dirty.
Yeah, well, yeah.
But one good thing about it, we pressure wash them. That's how we clean
Oh,
them.
okay.
You know,
I was
you're
just
not
going to
gonna
ask,
hurt
how
it.
do you... Now, do you use any chemicals on it, like any soaps you recommend?
You can use bleach, any kind of soaps. You just wouldn't want to use anything like alcohols or acetones and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah, that makes sense. So we always ask and recommend, like, what products do we need? What should we use? How often? Like prior to this, we got it wash and wax at least twice a year, and then more if needed. Yeah.
Yeah, like I say, one of the neat things about it is take the pressure washer to it.
Yeah. What I noticed too is that it was really dirty underneath our solar panels. So one thing we're going to do, the brackets that we had on there, we actually bought better ones that are longer.
Well, it's only been about 3 hours.
How's it now?
Yeah, and they have accomplished so much. They attacked this thing.
Yeah, so they take off the solar panels, they mark everything, cover up the wires, and more.
And they have to cut out all the Dicor, the caulking, any type of imperfections in the roof from the factory. They open everything up, and then they were looking for water leaks.
Yeah. And did they find any leaks?
No leaks on ours. Everything has been perfect. Everything's sealed really well.
That's awesome.
So as you can hear in the background, they're up there getting the last of the roof off.
Yeah, it's really cool, and they're so good at attention to detail.
They are, and I'll tell you, they don't even mess around with the die cord. Cut it off, rip it out, move on. The next step of the process is going to be whatever they do on the proprietary preparation, so we're not allowed to film that portion of it.
Nope.
Overall, this has been cool because it's been a family operation.
Yeah, I love it. So you got the husband, wife, the 3 sons, and then of course other employees, and a lot of animals here. There's so many dogs, and there's a shop cat. It's really cool.
Squirrel!
I love all the dogs here at the shop. So welcome committee.
Yeah, we have 2, and the one, she's not far away. She goes everywhere with me every day.
The little Chihuahua?
Well, actually a rat terrier.
Oh, rat terrier. Okay.
Yeah. And then the corgi,
Yeah.
which is Jennifer's dog. But when it's time for me to go home, in my truck he goes.
Oh.
He's ready to go home.
We have a Rottweiler, and she goes everywhere with us. Our daughter just moved out, so with her boyfriend, and so it's like, okay, now we're bringing Callie with us to like smaller appointments around here. But
Yeah.
she's loving it. She's got her own little retreat in the truck, and
Yeah.
the whole back seat is set up for her. And
Yeah. Yeah, our dogs love to go on the camper. You go out there and crank that thing up, they're in there, they're ready to go.
They were saying on the business side of things, FlexArmor has 34 authorized applicators. So they're not franchises, but they're allowed to install this all across the U.S. No matter where you go, there's a place close by to get a RVroof.com or FlexArmor roof put on your RV.
that's really cool. What I'm loving about this, it's lifetime guarantee. However, if you decide you want to change some stuff on your roof, add some solar panels, take some solar panels off, you'll need to come back in and book an appointment.
And they can reapply it over their existing application and to make sure that you're watertight. I'm excited because I'm a nerd. They've
Yeah.
got a lot of accessories here.
Yeah, they showed us something really cool that we're gonna have done on our trailer, and what is it?
We're going to be getting a siphon put on the 3 vents up there. And what it does is it directionally faces so that it blows any of the exhaust vent, gray or black tank vents, it blows the gases away from the RV. So they're going to install that at the same time they're doing our roof.
Now, because they are doing that, they are gonna have to move one of the solar panels just a little bit, and they asked if it's okay. And we're like, you know what? For the greater good, of course.
Yeah, and it's not going to be symmetrical anymore.
I said, that's okay. I don't go up there that much anyway.
Right, and honestly, if you're judging me because of my solar panels, shame.
Shame.
But overall, this mom and pop operation is freaking awesome. And I don't mean mom and pop in a bad way. I mean it as a privately owned, amazing job that they do.
Yeah.
So we're getting one of our vent pipes expanded over here because it was cut down when we did the solar install to go underneath the panel, but we're going to put one of the 360 siphons on the top. So he's extending out our pipe in order to put the siphon on top, basically fixing what we cut off, making life easier for us. And we got another one over here and then a third one over there. So we're going to do 3 siphons on here, the 360 siphons. As you can tell, they have completely gutted the top of the roof. It looks so good. All naked. So all these things come out. Everything's been moved around. They cut off all the die core. You can see on the edges here where the solar panels were mounted. They take that down to bare PVC, and then they'll be doing whatever their proprietary preparation process is, which we're not going to record that. They're going to do that portion, and then we move on to the application, which of course we are going to show that. We're going to show the application, we'll show the end result. But I can tell you, they've attacked this thing like a NASCAR pit crew. It's been only a few hours and the roof's almost completely naked roof. All right, what do you think so far?
So far, it's looking pretty naked on the roof.
There's a lot of holes.
I'm missing the solar panels already. But it's really cool to see it deconstructed a little. I mean, we've done a lot of factory tours, but to actually see ours stripped down, now knowing that it's going to be completely covered and sealed from here on out is really exciting to me. So they did a really good job at taking everything off and the wires, sanding it down, grinding what they need to off. It's looking good.
Hey, look at that little Pepwave antenna.
I know, it actually works really great. Chris and I, we were working in the truck driving, so I had my little laptop up, and normally I'd have like a hotspot off my phone or something, but I was actually able to connect to the trailer's Wi-Fi while driving after using that antenna. I'm glad Chris spent the money and got it. Overall, it's been a great process. They came in here like a NASCAR pit crew. Everyone knows what they need to do to get it done. The owners come and they check on everything. It's a really fun family atmosphere and very inviting. I love it.
And they don't mess around, because I'm going to go over your shoulder And if you look straight across, that is a Newmar Class A that they're working on. So they've got a second crew in here busting away at it, knocking out 2 coaches at a time, plus 2 more came in this afternoon that we saw.
Yeah, it's almost like round the clock. Do they ever sleep?
Probably not. They got too many roofs to fix.
It's day 2, and what's really awesome, they said that we should probably have our trailer by the end of the day today done.
They worked a lot yesterday. This trailer is 100% masked off with plastic all the way around. The ceiling is fully prepped with some type of an adhesion inhibitor so that it sticks better because it's like a blue-green color.
Yeah, I love all the precautions they take so they don't do any overspray onto the sides of the RV or anywhere else.
All paint jobs, whether, you know, an RV or a roof, preparation is absolutely everything. If they get the prep right, then the product will last a lifetime, just like they said, which is what we're really excited about.
Yeah, we are.
This is a lot of the prep work that we're talking about. You can see that they have ripped off a large chunk of the front cap or the connecting from the roof to the front cap. They put down some type of fiberglass resin, looks like some type of primer. As you can see it by the swirl marks, they've scratched up the front cap quite a bit to make sure that their FlexArmor roof adheres. The nice part is they've masked directly below, so all the way down to our front cap, which we've had ceramic coated, won't be impacted.
Where you see the blue on the front cap, they're actually going to put the FlexArmor on there, and the reason why is they go past this line where it normally ends, but that way they don't have to worry about having to reseal it later. So 3 of your sons work here?
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty awesome. I love that it's family owned and you have your sons here.
Yeah. You know, they worked other jobs for years.
Yeah.
And finally one day they said, offer still stand? Yep.
Oh, that's great. Well, I'll say they have been wonderful. Very professional.
They have done a great job. I'm really proud of them.
They've answered all my questions very patiently.
Yeah. You know, and they've been around it all their life.
Yeah.
So they already pretty well know everything. They've worked shows as little kids.
Oh.
They've been on roofs helping do prep work.
Oh, wow. So what is it that he's doing right now?
It started to run and then it solidified, so it just makes it looks like it's not covered all the way, so the shadow that it causes. So I'm just trimming it back, and then when I spray it, it'll all be nice and uniform. That way it looks nice. I know that it's got, like, it's totally covered, it's sealed.
Yeah.
But if you look right here, like I'm about to trim this one.
Yeah.
From this angle, it looks like you got holes right there.
Yeah.
Underneath, it looks totally fine, but from this angle, where a customer might see it, it might look like a hole. So we just try to eliminate that so they can't go, oh, it's a hole, because a lot of times once they see it, that's it. They just know it's a hole.
When someone will see it.
Is it heated or is that the chemical reaction?
It's heated to 160, and then you've got a chemical reaction that takes it on up another 40 degrees.
Right. Because I figured it's a 2-part, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you notice how every time he stops, before he continues, he sprays off to the side.
Right.
It's called a cold shot. You've got that material gets cold in the gun. It's heated all the way through the gun.
Gotcha.
But if it sets in the gun for very long, it cools off.
Gotcha.
It needs to be hot.
There's many years of learning the way you have this designed. I love the hanging of the hose and being able to run it back and forth on the track.
Yeah. Yeah, in the very beginning, we didn't have that. When me and Jennifer started, we had one scaffold. She pushed me around the camper.
Oh my God.
And she drugged all that hose while I was prepping, papering, spraying, all of it. She pushed me around.
Now, do you guys go to the Florida RV Super Show?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
we go there too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we've done that one forever. We'll have a display there. It'll be a miniature fifth wheel.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
And it's got our roof on it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure which display will be there. Most of them will have a rubber roof on one half and our roof on the other half.
Oh, I like that.
That way you can see with and without caulking and all those things.
Yeah, a visual display is always helpful, especially if you can see it, touch it, feel it.
Yep, exactly.
So I noticed on his shoes that it's all sprayed on. Does he do that just so like it's easier for him to walk on the roof?
Just overspray.
Just overspray, okay.
From wearing no shoes and spraying. And they get I've seen shoes get like clown shoes. And you have to take a grinder to them and cut them down.
Yeah.
I've seen him do some crazy stuff, spray a roof, and you know how in that AC hole, it's nothing but paper and tape.
Yeah.
The next day, he'll go, y'all watch this, and jump in the hole, and it'll hold him.
Wow.
See how he's spraying a pattern like mowing the grass.
Yeah.
You're just barely moving over just a little bit at the time, and that's building up that thickness.
Talk about that chemical reaction. That's wild. Feel that.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna burn you, but
Well, I know it feels
like,
hot. It's like a
You know
heating
how
pad.
flimsy that was.
yeah. I mean, you literally, if you'd have punched it, you would have dented it or cracked it.
Yeah.
Wow. You could just lay your back on it like a heating pad.
Right? You go up there and arch your back, roll your back out.
Usually when he's spraying, if you stay about 6 or 8 foot behind him,
Yeah.
you can touch it.
Oh wow. This trailer, how long would the process take to just like from when he starts spraying the gray stuff to like finishing it?
Usually an hour, sometimes hour and a half.
Okay.
Depends on how much stuff is on the roof.
Yeah.
That slows you down.
So once that dries, we'll take all the masking off and everything. We'll touch up the edges, paint around the sides of the fixtures. The reason we don't do that with the gun is it puts out a lot of paint really quick.
Yeah.
And if you put too much, it bubbles. And when it bubbles, you can't do anything about it because it's an elastomeric. Because they, I guess because they were sanding that fiberglass, which you'd think they would want it on, but you never know with them. So we always hand paint up against the sides and everything. And then obviously we're going to have the gray at the edge of the chemical where we cut. So we do all that as soon as it's dry and everything.
Yeah.
And then we'll put everything back together, epoxy wires down and stuff, and it'll be good to go.
One thing we didn't really take in consideration when we went from our fifth wheel to the travel trailer is that the insulation wasn't as thick.
Mm-hmm.
So like when we store it or like we're trying to heat it or cool it, it takes a little longer, but it still holds the insulation. But even just when they asked if we wanted to cover the sunroof, and we're like, yes, we both said yes, or the Skylight.
Yeah.
Skylight sunroof.
Yeah.
Because it does bring in a lot of heat.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And something that you can do yourself, if you want. A lot of people's done this. Some of the shops will do it. You can actually go inside in the shower, take down that inner dome, and put a LED light in it that connects to your bathroom light.
Really?
Oh, that's a great idea.
That is a great idea.
My
I
last
tore it down to put the
Reflective in.
reflectives in there to block the light. So I never thought about putting an LED light in there to these. That's a great idea. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, because what we've seen others do in their alliances with the bathroom Skylight, they take down the plastic and they put like a sheet of that stained glass, like stick on clean, and put it up. It looks great. Yeah. But we just want to protect it.
If you're one of these people that just has to have it, our new Skylight system's the way to go.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah.
That way, if it ever breaks, all you got to do is call us and we can send you one. You can go up there with a Phillips head screwdriver and put it on and not interfere with the roof whatsoever. Now we just got to get all the different size mold to make to fit all the different.
Yeah, because we have a longer one and yours is a square.
Yeah. Looks like a brand new roof.
Looks like the Streamline model, missing a little bit of stuff.
Yeah, like solar, air conditioners, max air fan.
Right? But it looks freaking amazing. That's what it does look like. They just got done doing the gray base coat, and then you saw what they did on the white part.
Yeah, so they painted the white, and now they let it dry. They got the fans going. They rolled the garage doors up, let all the beautiful air in.
It's Florida. It's going to dry quick.
Yeah, that's what he said. It's going to take like less than 2 hours. That's pretty amazing.
Yep, and then they're going to attack it like a NASCAR pit crew, put it back together. And you told us some amazing news. What's that?
What is that?
We're going home.
Oh. I'm like, what's that? There's so many good in the world, right?
Yes.
So yeah, They said we're going to be able to take our trailer home today.
That's freaking awesome. So let's do a walk around real quick and we'll show you what we see.
So they did a fabulous job. They made sure the hoses stayed off the top of the roof when they were spraying it with the gray stuff, which is not delicious.
Try the gray stuff. It's delicious. Don't believe me? Ask the dishes.
And then the white paint. So I was very impressed, and it was really quick too. I mean, a lot of the work is in the prep, and they did a lot of work prepping this trailer. And this trailer's not even that old.
Right. What I like is all the things that you see poking up are going to ultimately be what's left on our roof. And what are those little tabs right in front of you on the edge?
So they marked it where all the solar panels are going to go. And we actually moved one of them.
This one right here was moved because of that vent there.
So that vent right there that Chris is pointing at, so that one was actually cut down low, and they put not a cap over it, but like a screen, and that's where the solar panel originally was to kind of keep it symmetrical. But we decided to go a little off our OCD and move the panel over just so we can have that vent. And they were able to fix it for us.
Yep, and then we're going to put some stuff on the roof that wasn't originally here. And you'll see that as we go along in the process.
What I'm thrilled about is that they were able to coat and paint the skylight. So yeah, it's going to be a little darker on the inside. They gave us some tips of what to do to make it brighter in the bathroom that we're going to do later in another video. But I'm thrilled because it's going to protect the skylight, so now we don't have to worry about it cracking. And it's going to be darker in the bathroom, which Chris and I, we like it a little darker inside, especially at nighttime. This roof isn't naked anymore. It's pretty awesome. So we actually got some new brackets for our solar panels. We waited until this moment to have them put on, and luckily they were the same placement as the previous brackets. So that worked out great. And I love that Chris picked these ones out. They're white and they match.
Yeah, they're powder coated. They're also a little bit higher rise, so they get more air underneath the solar panels. And I was just doing that for a little bit of ventilation just to keep the heat down. As Martha said, it's not naked. We're really happy. They put this thing back together in a quick hurry. They have been flying through it.
Yeah, and you know Chris likes all about that ventilation stuff.
Fire in the hole!
Right now is the last part. They're epoxying down our PV cables so that our solar wires will stay on the roof. The nice thing about the FlexArmor roof is you could actually put a Turnabond, Dicor, something like that. If you wanted to adhere something to the roof, it will stick to it. But don't poke any holes in it because that voids the warranty, and honestly, it creates a problem if you're poking holes.
Yeah, in the near future, we are going to change out that junction box. So Chris already coordinated with them, and they told him what he needed to do in order to change it out without damaging the roof. So we're excited about that. So if that's something you're kind of thinking of later on down the road, you want to change something out, maybe talk with them first while they're doing the installation and all that. They'll give you the best advice, and we got one picked out already. It just didn't get here fast enough.
Yep, and some of the upgrades we did.
This little rocket thing, so I'm excited. I might break out my little Cricut Maker, which is a vinyl cutter, and make something kind of tricky, maybe some flames or something as it's going down the road. I don't know, what do you guys think? Let us know. I
think it's a turd vent siphon that needs to just be left alone, but we wanted to elevate it and get it so that they were directional, so we had them put the siphons on, and then we put a new Max Air 2 cover on.
Yeah, I like it. It's a different design. I mean, it's a newer one. It's sleek, it's shorter. So we'll try it out, see what we think. We kept the original one that we just bought recently. Now, the skylight for the bathroom, I'm thrilled with this because it's protected 100%.
Yeah, and we've got a project that they told us about in the future that is going to be awesome. We're going to leave you on the hook on that one because we'll tag FlexArmor and RVRoof.com as soon as we get that one done because they gave us a cool idea.
They did. I'm absolutely thrilled.
So as you can see, the entire roof is done. We're waiting on the epoxy to set up. They are all staying late to get us out. We are getting out of here in 2 days, and this is really, really quick.
They got us out in 2 days. Like Chris said, we're just waiting for epoxy to dry our wires, and
we're done. Hook up and run. And then we get to fight traffic.
Now, originally they said 5 days. So,
yes.
So each appointment's going to be different. You're going to have to wait and get here and see. We had the solar already on here, so that made it easier. Chris was able to help assist with it, like turning it off and
Right. And so just know that when you're going to book an appointment, 2 to 5 days, depending on your scenario and how much stuff you have on the roof and what kind of coach you have. But they're fantastic. They'll work with you, and you'll know that well in advance. And their shop is awesome, and the family environment is so cool.
It is. And they have puppies all around, and there's a cat in the office too. Let us know what you think down below in the comments. So we are definitely going to have a follow-up video and test it out. They recommended different things that we can use to clean it. We're excited to get the road.
Go check out rvroof.com, and if you don't believe us, go look at different videos on FlexArmor. This stuff is amazing.
All right, thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you have not subscribed already, and most importantly,
enjoy every moment.